Hello everyone and welcome to this video. I'm Minx Laura 123 and this is going to be my October wrap up. I'm going to be telling you what books I read in the month of October and giving my honest views and opinions. So I really hope you'll like this video. If you do, please click like and please comment and please subscribe to my channel. Also down below in the description box you'll find the links to all my social media, so come and follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Okay, now before I begin I want to apologise in this video if I cough. I'm just getting over the flu. I still feel a bit ill. I'm better than I was, but I'm not 100%. I've got a bit of a cough because the flu has kind of gone to my chest, so hopefully I won't cough, but if I do I'm really sorry. I can't help it. So I've read a lot of books in the month of October, which makes me happy. I'm a bookworm and I love getting to the end of the month knowing that I have read a lot of books. It makes me happy, makes me smile, and most of the books I read were quite good. So let's begin at the very start of October. The first book I read was Loner by Teddy Wayne, and this was only a short read. I'd never heard of this book, but I was in the library, I saw it on one of the shelves, and the title kind of drew me in. I'm quite a loner myself in life, so I was quite fascinated to find out what it was about. So I got it out from the library. Basically, David never felt noticed at high school, bit of a shy kind of nerd geek. But then once he finishes at high school, he starts at university, goes to Harvard, and he wants to, apart from his studying life, he wants to improve his social life, He wants to become more popular and maybe meet some girls. He meets this girl called Veronica, who's really beautiful and stylish and rich and wonderful, so he gets like obsessed with her. When I say obsessed, it's more like infatuated, like literally infatuated with this girl. So this book is about ambition, class, gender politics. I've got a cough, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I really liked David at the start of the book. He was a great character at the start, and it was kind of like I felt for him, because when I was younger, all I wanted to do was kind of fit in and not be a loner and actually be part of a group, be popular. So I liked him at the beginning, but then as the story went on, I disliked him, and then at the end of the book I actually hated him. Like, I really hated him. It was awful, and he quite sickened me actually, things he did. So this book was really dark. And, if you're kind of triggered by stalkers and obsession and things like that, it's not the best for you. I found this book quite uncomfortable at times, I'm not going to lie. There were some parts in the book that made me feel very uncomfortable. Yeah, just a bit weird. But it wasn't awful, but it wasn't great. It was well wrote, but a bit too much. And I just hated the main character, which I don't like. I like reading a book and liking the main character, but I just didn't like him. So I gave this book a 2.5 out of 5. Next book I read was Lola Offline, and that was by Nicola Doherty. So I'm very excited about this book. I'd waited for it for ages, and when it turned up I was like, yeah. Lovely cover, so it had this gorgeous pink cover. So basically it's about a character called Delilah Hoover. What a name. I've got a cough again. Sorry. Delilah Hoover, and she's basically had to quit all social media due to an incident that happened on Twitter, which she got into a lot of trouble over and lost a lot of her friends. So she moves to a school in Paris for a fresh start, and she changes her name to Lola, and she goes on awkward dates, she makes new friendships, everything's going okay, until, people start to want to know more about her. And, the thing is, it makes you think, once you put something online, people know about you. You can't get away from it. You can delete a tweet or delete a status, but some people would have read that before it got deleted, and it stays in there, and word of mouth gets around, and yeah. So this book was fun. It made me laugh, but it also made me quite paranoid about like the internet and what we put on it. I'm very opinionated, and I often go on Twitter and voice my opinions, and then I'm like, oh, probably shouldn't have put that, and then I delete my tweet and stuff like that. So this book was good. I really enjoyed it, and it was, as I say, it was fun, but it also makes you think about the whole kind of social media thing. I put 3 out of 5 for that one. So there you go, 3 out of 5, Lola Offline. Okay, the next book I read, oh, I love this. I love this book so freaking much. It's by Stephanie Perkins and it was called There's Someone Inside Your House. So this book was nothing like her other books that I've read. They were quite like romantic and sweet and girly. This is not like that at all. And I loved it. You know, I read all different types of books, so it was all good. So I read this book in like 2 days. Literally 2 days. I barely spoke to my fiance Nathan because I was just like reading. Like, I loved it. It was so good. It was very addictive, like proper page turner. Kind of reminded me a bit like Scream, the movie. Basically, one by one, students are getting murdered, and there's lots of dark secrets. It's a bit of a kind of teen slasher story. It was fun. But it was also quite gory and dark at times. I love horror, I love scary, spooky stuff, but I don't really go for the gore. Makes me feel quite sick, but it was a bit gory at times, but it was all good, you know, apart from but I suppose you couldn't have done a teen slasher story without a bit of gore mentioned, so, you know, but I really liked it. I thought it was really good, and I was addicted to reading it. I couldn't stop reading it, so I gave this a 4.5 out of 5. Really loved it. So There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. Next book I read in October was The Upside of Unrequited, and that was by Becky Albertalli. Loved it. It was so good. It was so fun. She's a really great author, and she tweeted me back on Twitter, and I was like, yeah, fangirl. I get proper fangirl when authors tweet me back and stuff. Maybe that's a bit sad, but there we go. So basically, 17-year-old Molly, whom I adored, I literally loved Molly. She's had lots of crushes over the years, like secret crushes, and she's never kind of acted on her crushes because she's always worried about being rejected. Then her twin sister Cassie tells her to try and kind of woman up and actually, you know, act on her crushes, make a move, but she's just scared of this rejection. Cassie gets a new girlfriend, and with her comes a new group of pals, including a cute hipster boy called Will. But she also likes her co-worker Reed, who's major awkward, and I liked it. I liked him. I thought it was great. A big Lord of the Rings fan. I found myself relating to Molly a lot, especially with the paranoia about her weight and self-confidence. And also, like, the whole Jewish thing. She was a Jewish character, so that kind of, you know, I kind of got that aspect about it as well. But yeah, this was a really sweet, funny book. Really recommend it. And because of that, I read another Becky, I can't say her name, Becky Albertalli, there we go. Because of this book, I kind of went online and saw what other books she'd done, and you'll find out in a bit the other book I read by her this month. But yeah, it was really good, and I gave it a 3 out of 5. Okay, next up, I read Mirror Mirror by Cara, I can't say her name properly, Delevingne. She's the model girl, actress, model, author, I don't know. So wowza, I've put wowza. This book was so freaking good. It was like, wow, it was great. Normal is whatever you want it to be. So it was very exciting, emotional. There was lots of twists. The characters were all relatable in their own way. Love the characters. I'm so sorry. 16-year-old friends, Red, Leo, Naima and Rose are in a band, right? They're kind of misfits, you know, they don't really kind of blend in with everyone, but they get on really well together. One of them goes missing and is found like half dead, and the story in the book kind of tells what happened to her, how, why, who, what was involved. It was quite a dark subject, actually. I'm not going to like give spoilers, but it was quite a dark subject, quite a taboo subject, and I'm pleased it was covered in a book like this. And yeah, it's very dark, but it was very good and really well wrote. Like, people are funny saying that she didn't write it and stuff, but I don't know, look, maybe she wrote it, maybe she co-wrote it, whatever. I just really enjoyed it, and I gave it a 4 out of 5. Okay, the next book I read was my favourite book of the month. I loved it. It was called Final Girls by Riley Sager. So yeah, this is my book of the month. I loved it. The Final Girls are a group of girls who have all been through horrible massacres and been like the lone survivors. So you've got Lisa, Quincy and Sam. Then Lisa's found dead in a bath, and Sam and Quincy kind of build this friendship. But is it, you know, is it genuine? Is the friendship real? There's lots of twists and turns in this amazing thriller. And I did not guess the ending, which in a lot of thrillers I read, because I do love a good thriller, I kind of guess the ending. I'm like Detective Laura. But in this one, didn't guess the ending at all, which I loved, because I was like, oh, what? Whoa. I just loved it. It was great. It was very scary. It was gripping. It was twisty. It was just wonderful. I loved it so much. So I gave it a 5 out of 5. That is definitely my book of the month. Riley Sager, Final Girls. Next up, I read My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. Spooky, eerie, creepy. I loved it. The cover of the book, I haven't got it anymore because I've given it away, but the cover of the book, oh my God, it was so cool, right? It literally looked like an old 80s video case. It was so cool. Abby and Gretchen are the main characters. They've been best friends for absolutely years, and Abby realises that her best pal has a demon inside her. She's been possessed. It was scary, but it was also fun and funny at times as well, and I love the whole kind of 80s theme to it. Lots of 80s mentioned, like the films and music and fashion, things like that. Love the 80s. It was kind of like, this is weird, but it's kind of reminded me of Beaches, like the girly friendship thing, and The Exorcist. Bit of a weird combination, but I thought it worked. I really liked it. I thought it was a really good book. And I know they say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but I never seen a book cover like it. It literally looked like a video case. And that excited me. So I gave this book a 4 out of 5. I would have given it a 5, but I had to have Final Girls as my favourite book of the month. So it was really good though. Next up, I read Agatha Raisin and the Witch's Tree by MC Beaton. This is a bit embarrassing, but I think Agatha Raisin books are my kind of guilty pleasure. I love Agatha Raisin books. They're really cheesy and naff. Not that great, but I love them. Like, I just really enjoy them. They're like a cozy comfort read for me, detective story, nothing too dark, nothing too serious, just fun. I love Agatha. She's the main woman, she's the detective, you know, and I don't know, I really enjoy them. I've read every single one, and this book is number 28 in the series. So basically this book, keywords, murders, witchcraft, the normal kind of Agatha regulars. I love Charles. Charles is my favourite. I just wish they would just get together, get married. Come on, Agatha, get with Charles. There's never a dull moment with Agatha. She's a great character, and I love the whole kind of Cotswolds setting and the little cottages and the witchcraft. It was good. It was a bit silly, a bit predictable, but I like it. You know, cup of tea, Sunday afternoon, Agatha Raisin book. There we go. And I gave it a 3 out of 5. Next up, and once again in this month, Becky Albertalli. And this time I read Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? But I loved it. I loved it so much, like so freaking much. And it's going to be a film soon, and there's going to be a sequel, which I'm really excited about. So I'm definitely going to get book number 2 when it comes out, I think next year. So 16-year-old Simon has not come out as gay yet, and he starts kind of getting blackmailed by this horrible character. Well, he's not horrible, but he starts off horrible, but anyway, a character called Martin. And basically Martin says, you know, you set me up with one of your friends that he really likes, and I won't tell anyone you're gay. I won't out you, which is really terrible because, you know, when you're gay or bisexual or lesbian or anything like that, you should be the person to out yourself. You know, it's never nice to out somebody else. It's just horrible. So he gets blackmailed, but at the same time he's having this kind of online relationship with a mystery boy from his school. So he knows the guys at the school, but neither of them know who the other person is. They're just having this kind of online romance in messages, which I really loved. I felt really nosy, like reading their messages to each other, but I know it's a book, but it just felt really real. I loved it. So romance, friendship, sexuality, humour, emotion. I loved it. It was absolutely great. Really good. And I can't wait for the film. I can't wait for book 2. And I gave it a 4 out of 5. Okay, next up we have Editing Emma by Chloe Sager. I'd seen this book mentioned a lot on different booktubers channels, and I thought, I want to check it out. It sounds really fun. So I got it. and I loved it. I really did. And there's going to be a number 2. Yay. I actually tweeted the author, Chloe Sager, and I said, is there going to be a number 2? Because I loved Editing Emma. Is there going to be a sequel, or is it just a standalone? And she said she's writing the sequel at the moment, so there will be a number 2, which is really cool because I want to kind of see what happens to Emma. She's a great character. This book was so good. It was so funny, very relatable. Basically, this girl, Emma, who I love, she gets dumped. Well, she gets ghosts. She gets ghosted. There we go. Basically, it means when someone you're going out with or seeing just kind of disappears. Like, they don't dump you. They don't end it properly. You know, they just disappear. And yes, I have had that happen in the past, and it's shit. So yeah, she gets this happen to her, and she just thinks it's the end of the world. She goes into complete like misery. She doesn't want to go out all summer. She's depressed. She stays in her bedroom. And basically, you kind of live through every emotion and action of her. And she writes this blog, so you're reading her blog, you're reading her thoughts, you know, finding out what happens. And, you know, there's romance, there's friendship, there's just a bit of everything. And I was, as I say, I was so kind of relatable to this character. I've been through this kind of situation. And things she was doing, I was like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that, yeah. I felt really nosy reading someone's blog as such, you know. But it was just really realistic. I love the humour, the fun, the ups, the downs, the romance, everything. So I can't wait for the next book. And I gave it a 4 out of 5. Okay, next up I read a book called Sweet Freak. Love the title, by the way, Sweet Freak. And it was by Sophie Mackenzie. So this is the first book that I've read by Sophie Mackenzie. I know she's done a lot of other books, but the first one I've read from her, and I really liked it actually. And once again, I liked it so much, I read it in 2 days. So there's been quite a few books this month that I've read literally like in a couple of days, you know. So this book deals with cyberbullying, friendship, family, love. It's a bit of a thriller, it's a mystery. It was really good. So it's about 2 characters called Carly and Amelia, and they've been best friends for years and years and years. And then Amelia starts getting like bullied, like trolled online by Sweet Freak, you know, this horrible nasty messages she's getting in, very threatening. And Carly, her best friend, gets accused of doing it. So basically Carly hasn't done it. For a while in the book I thought maybe it's going to be a complete twist and it is her, but without giving everything away, it's not her. I hope I haven't just spoiled it, but it's not her. But basically go throughout the whole book finding out who it is and why they did what they did. And, you know, Carly just literally trying to keep proving that she's innocent and finding out who's behind it all. And you know, it's really good. Honestly, it's really good. And there's lots of twists, there's lots of turns. And I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. And the only reason I give it not a 4, because I did really enjoy it, is because I did kind of guess who it could be. But that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, no, I really liked it. And the last book of this month that I can show you is, I've actually got it here, is this one by John Green, Turtles Down the Way. So this is the special limited edition jacket poster. Everyone that I watch a lot of booktubers. I read all the book reviews on Goodreads and everything else. And everyone's going on about this book, right? So I was like, I'm going to get it. Now, I've never read a John Green book. Shock horror. I know everyone goes on about John Green books, but I've never read one, and I thought, well, everyone's going on about it. It must be amazing, so let's do this. So I got this from Sainsbury's. This was like £7, and it has got, as I say, the special limited edition jacket. So if I show you why it's special, it's because inside there's all these cool quotes, which I really like. And I have gone through the quotes, by the way. I thought they were pretty cool. I am one of these people that likes quotes. You know, I've got one of those little desk calendars in work with the quotes on, and I just love it. I love like quotes that like make you think and get like, oh yes, that's a good quote. Anyway, so look, what you must understand about me is that I'm a deeply unhappy person. The town was paper, but the memories were not. The marks humans leave are too often scars. Anyway, I'm not going to read all the quotes, but that's why it's a special edition, because it's got all these quotes. So basically, I can read the story, what it's about to you. So 16-year-old Azza never intended to pursue the mystery of fugitive billionaire Russell Pickett, but there's a $100,000 reward at stake, and her best and most fearless friend Daisy is eager to investigate. So together they I can't say navigate. There we go. I've said navigate. Let me start that bit again. Rewind. So together they navigate, there we go, the short distance and broad divides that separate them from Russell Pickett's son, Davis. Azza is she's trying to be a good daughter, a good friend, good student, and maybe even a good detective, while also living within the ever-tightening spiral of her own thoughts. So there we go, that's what it's about. And I can honestly say, oh no, everyone's going to hate me right now. Well, maybe not everyone, but I did not like this book. Everyone's gone on and on about it, and I'm just like, really? Really? What can I say? It started off really good. I like the characters, especially her best friend. And the whole kind of detective thing, you know, like finding out what happened to this guy. Where did he go? You know, he's rich and he's gone missing. Is he alive? Is he dead? Where is he? And then like reconnecting with Davis, his son. And I was like, yeah, it's a bit of romance, a bit of mystery. And then, I'm not going to give spoilers away, but something happened and I was just like, oh. And then after that, it just become all about like OCD and anxiety. Now, I have bad anxiety and OCD. So I found this book quite triggering, actually. Like, I was reading it and I was like, oh. And it's great that books do talk about subjects like OCD and stuff. But I, as I say, I've got it. And I felt this book quite triggered it quite badly, actually, which wasn't a good thing. And also, it's just like, I didn't really get the like connection. Why did they bring this whole billionaire missing with OCD and just... I don't know, it just kind of didn't go for me, and there was all these deep, you know, insights into the world and space, and I don't know if this is his kind of normal thing that he does in his books, because I've never read a John Green book, but I don't know, like if it would have carried on with the mystery a bit, I'd have quite enjoyed it, but the mystery kind of ended like just before halfway. Well, not all the mystery. It's really hard doing reviews about spoilers, but the mystery kind of not ended, but things were like, I don't know, it kind of shut off, and then it just kind of, a lot of the book was all about OCD, and I don't know, and then at the end again, you get the mystery bit again, and I don't know, I just feel like I wasted 2 days, it took me 2 days to read this, wasted 2 days reading time with this, and I know you're all probably thinking, what? It's John Green, it's amazing, but I've got to be honest, it's my views, my opinions, and I just thought it was not that good and very triggering. It really made me feel very anxious, actually, and uncomfortable. Triggered my anxiety big time. So yeah, there we go. I mean, so that's that one. And now I'm going to show you the book that I'm currently reading and I'm loving. Okay, so this is it. Yeah, it's called The Summoning by Hilary Monaghan, and it's all about Bloody Mary. You know, the old kind of urban legend, looking in the mirror with a candle, going Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. It's all about that. I'll read the back to you. So, there is a right way and a wrong way to summon her. Jess has done the research. Success requires precision, a dark room, a mirror, a candle, salt, and 4 teenage girls. Each of them, Jess, Shauna, Kitty, and Anna, must link hands, follow the rules, and never let go. A thrilling fear spins around the room the very first time Jess calls her name, Bloody Mary. A ripple of terror follows when a shadowy silhouette emerges from the fog and a spectre trapped behind the mirror. Once is not enough, though, at least not for Jess. Mary's called again and again and again. But when their summoning circle is broken, Bloody Mary slips through the glass with a taste for revenge on her lips. And as the girls struggle to escape Mary's wrath, loyalties are questioned, friendships are torn apart, and lives are forever altered. A haunting trail of clues leads Shauna on a desperate search to uncover the legacy of Mary Worth. And what she finds will change everything. But will it be enough to stop Mary and Jess before it's too late? So, loving the cover of this book, can I just say? Very spooky. And I started this book last night and I'm already on chapter 8. So there's my little my little bookmark, by the way. Really, really loving it. It's so good. It's so spooky and scary, and like some horrors, like they kind of like build up slowly and then boom. This one, boom at the beginning. You know, the whole kind of scene with Bloody Mary, the mirror thing at the beginning. I was reading it last night and I was like, so I love it. Great. So I really recommend this. And this, obviously, the full review I'll give like in my next month wrap up. But yeah, that's the book I'm currently reading. Woohoo! So there we go. They are the books that I've read. And before I end this video, I'm just going to show you some gifts I've received. And basically, I've done this book swap with a wonderful girl. Her name's Carly, and I'm just getting my my phone here to show you what her YouTube channel looks like. I want you to all go and check her out. She's lovely. She seriously is. So her name's Carly. This is the name of her channel, Geeky Carly's. And she is awesome. And she does lots of... I'm now getting messages from my friends as I'm filming. Oops. Yeah, she does lots of like gaming videos, and she does like online gaming. You can watch her play, and she chats and laughs and plays the game. And yeah, it's really good if you're into gaming and stuff, and live streaming and gaming. And yeah, she's awesome. And she's a bookworm like me, so that's cool. So I sent her some books, and she sent me some books and some goodies as well. So I'm going to show you them quickly now. First thing I want to show you are these gorgeous, absolutely amazing key rings that she's made, especially for me. I'm just like, oh, so cute. So it is Halloween today when I'm filming this video, and she's made me this really cool key ring, like Halloween themed. It's pretty awesome. Look at this, all the stars and the cobwebs and the pumpkins. We've got bats there. I love it. I love Halloween, so that's pretty cool. And then we've got this one, which is so cute. It's Hello Kitty keyring, and she makes these key rings and stuff. So I just think this is so awesome. Like, seriously, they're so awesome. I love Hello Kitty. So cute. And then this one is my favourite. It's all silver, sparkly, and it says Book Queen. Can you see that? Book Queen, which I think I am. Book Queen, bookworm. And I love this one the best. I mean, they're all good, but this is my favourite. So thank you so much for these. I'm definitely going to put them on my keyring. And here are the books that she sent me. So I'm going to read this after I've finished reading this. This is a duology, so there's a number 2. After I've read this, a number 2, this is going to be my next book, because everyone's always gone on about this book. I've never read it. So it's by Rainbow Rowell, and it's called Eleanor and Park. Love the cover. It's so cute with their little headphones on. So this is, you know, supposed to be really good. So I'm gonna read that. So thank you, Carly. And also she sent me these two, which look really cute, actually. Really cute covers. Look at these two. So we've got Rebel Belle and Miss Mayhem. I love it. I think they look so awesome. A lady never starts a fight, but she'll finish it. Oh yeah. And this one says, some titles aren't won, they're earned. I love it. I love the cover of this one the best. Look at that. It's really cool. So yeah, got these two as well. I think this is, I don't know if this is like a series, or is, I think there's possibly 3, because there's Lady Renegades as well. So this might be a trilogy, or I don't know, I'll have to check online. But yeah, so they are the books she sent me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll put the link to Carly's YouTube channel down below in the description box. So please go and check out her channel and subscribe to her. Show her some love. And just very quickly before I go, I want to give a big shout out to my friend Ben, who's got a YouTube channel, and he's called the ASMR Gamer. He's awesome. So for those of you that don't know, I've got another YouTube channel on here, and it's called Minx 123 ASMR. And basically Ben is a fellow ASMR creator or ASMR artist, whatever you want to call us. Basically we're people who make ASMR videos. And he's got his very own book. How awesome is that? Like, it's just so freaking cool. So it's called ASMR, The Sleep Revolution by Benjamin Nichols, forward by Dr. Craig Richard. And this is so cool. I love the cover. It's the little brain just in the hammock having a sleep. Love it. ASMR, The Sleep Revolution. I'll put the link to where you can get this book. But the ASMR gamer, like, seriously, he makes amazing videos. He's a lovely, lovely guy, and he's really friendly and fun, and his videos are like so good and tingly. By the way, for those of you that don't know, ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. Basically videos that make you feel really relaxed and calm. If you're having a panic attack or anything, they'll literally like calm you down, make you feel nice and relaxed, and maybe having trouble sleeping, they help you to go to sleep. And some people, when they watch ASMR videos, get like this tingly sensation, like a kind of goosebumps kind of sensation. It's really weird to explain, but it really does help a lot of people. And this book, you know, is brilliant. I haven't read it yet, but apparently it's going to tell me all about ASMR, and like it kind of explains that tingly feeling. And I'm so like mega proud of Ben for doing this. Like, it's one of my dreams to like just, you know, have a book made and published, and just awesome. So I'll read the back to you. It says, this is so brilliant, like having your own book. Sorry, I'm really excited about this. So the Sleep Revolution explains the tingly feelings sending you to sleep. Insomnia to stress, people who experience the scalp tickling autonomous sensory meridian response phenomenon, claiming that it cures their chronic sleep deprivation, ushering in reliable on-demand tranquility amongst a plethora of remedies on pharmacy shelves. ASMR stands out as a natural biological sleep aid that induces deep relaxation using only the mind. ASMR could be your key to what we all desire, a good night's sleep. Oh yeah, seriously, ASMR has helped me get good sleep, like literally over the years, so much. Emerging from an internet subculture to mainstream conversation, thousands of videos are uploaded every day, including mine, haha, in the attempts of recreating the strange euphoric feeling in the minds of viewers. Simple actions such as whispering, tapping, hand movements have the ability to elicit an unparalleled sensation. The book you are holding, this one, delves into the booming ASMR community, addressing misconceptions, theorising origins, and exploring the science behind it. It's time to understand what is so difficult to describe. So yeah, understand the mystery that could transform the way you relax and sleep. Haha. But yeah, I'm really excited. I do want to get around to reading this soon. I need like, I know this is a bit weird, but I need time where I can just maybe like sit in the library, like a quiet library on my own, and just sit and read this and just kind of take it all in. Because this isn't fiction, obviously this is like a factual book, and if the TV's on or if I can hear music or whatever in the house, it would just put me off of reading this. So with like a factual book, I need to be in like a quiet zone, a quiet place like the library. So I will definitely get around to reading this, and it's really cool. Like, just I've had a book made. I want to make a book one day. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and as I say, I'll put the links to the lovely Carly's channel down below, and also the lovely ASMR Gamers channel. You can check out his videos, and the link to where you can get this book. And yeah, I'm off now because I'm just rambling. But thanks for watching. Don't forget, please click like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what books you have read this month, and you know, what ones you've liked, what ones you've disliked, or maybe, you know, you've read some of the books that I've mentioned in this video. So give me your feedback, and please don't hate me because I didn't like Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have actually ordered, where is it? It's Looking for Alaska. That's the book I've ordered from the library, and it's due in like this week, I think. So I'm willing to give like another of his books a chance. It's just that one didn't really do it for me. So we'll find out, you know, what the other book's like once I've read that. But anyway, right, thanks for watching, everyone. I love you a lot. Take care. Bye.